Why would you need? There's nothing else to put it up against. Why would anybody else need to see something other than that paper? What they tell me they had hard card machine in 1920? Everything was paper. So don't play stupid. Like you don't know that you have to change with the times. Oh, you have paper card in a hard card system. Doesn't even make sense. It's a hard card system right now. It's not paper card system. They're getting all those laminated whatever stuff out of circulation that they used to give out to people. And the only thing probably that somebody would have laminated is a birth certificate. Everything else is hard card. That's the system that's happening right now. Which is why we can put our nationality card down, because it looks like all the other cards that are out here. Why would they say that they can't? Why would they say they can't take it? Unless they're about stealing your birthright. Which majority of them, that's their job. Because we've been here, being Negro, black, colored for so long that there's no threat. They're Negro, black, colored. But, you get persistent with it. Stay persistent with it. Persevere. And trust me, when you put down that card and you actually accept it for that first time, that's going to kickstart you. So we have a right to identify ourselves. We have a right to do that if we're indigenous. If Noble Drew Ali said we're from Missouri, then that means we're indigenous. If Noble Drew Ali was Cherokee and he looks like us, then that means we're indigenous. So if we're indigenous, we have a right to identify ourselves. We're not doing anything wrong by having a nationality card that identifies us. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you presenting that as your identification whenever identification is asked for. And it's supposed to be accepted, And even if we say it's down the middle, 50-50, at least 50 people got their stuff accepted. So that should still inspire you, even if they denied yours, that, okay, maybe it was me. Maybe I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'm not studying the right thing. Maybe my mind's not in the right place. That's why every time I put mine down, it doesn't work. Maybe my spirit is jacked up because I still have these nigger thoughts. Sometimes I call people black still, and sometimes I say African, and maybe you're hexing yourself. Because again, if you're not studying, you're not going to know. And if you don't know, you're not going to change your mind state. And if you don't change your mind state, you're not going to change your conditions out here. And Moors are facing conditions that, aren't really vibrating with what this information is about. They're having problems. Probably having problems because you're not looking at this as divine first. You're looking at it as nationality. But when you say birthrights, you're talking astrology. So if you say birthrights, and birthrights means astrology, but you never check your chart or your horoscope or whatever, then why would you think you'll be in tune with what's going on? Like, why would you, or how about this? How about do this test? This is a good test. Here's a good test. Go out there and enjoy your day. Just go out there and enjoy your day. At the end of the day, check the horoscope. and see how that lines up. And don't do one time, do a few times just to check to see if this horoscope thing is real. Because if I don't check it and then I go and then I check it after and then it verifies everything that I did today, one, that would mean that everything's predestined, right? That whatever was going to happen was going to happen. Because everything's predestined. Because man is spirit, not the flesh. This is just illusionary. Okay. So as soon as it lines up, as soon as you realize that, oh, this is my information. This is my information that was lost. I have to reclaim this information. And you do some 3, 4, 5, 6 hours in the library and all that. And you start changing your mindset because you're expanding your consciousness. Because the more information you get, the more you expand your consciousness. And that expansion is what's going to let the ancestors realize that, oh, we got a live one here. Let's, send the angels to go protect that one. Because they're serious about their birthrights. Trust me, Moors who don't study, they got problems. Moors who study, zero. They got their own plates and all that. No issues. Why? Because they study. They're not doing this because of plates. They're not doing this because of get something. I want to be able to, or get out of something. They're doing this because sincerely they want to know. And the more they know, eventually you're just going to be that. Because what else could you be than what you know? And if you've been studying the right stuff, then you'll be the right stuff. You won't have any issues. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I talk with Moors all over the place. And Moors call me surprised that stuff worked. And why they even attempt it? Because their spirit told them. Cujo didn't tell them. Ras Mariah didn't tell them. Their spirit told them. Their spirit told them, you know what? You should do this. Just like spirit told me. Well, you got suspended license in one hand, right to travel paperwork in the other hand. Guys approaching the door, what are you gonna do? You wind the window down, what are you gonna do? Oh, right to travel paperwork. And then whatever happened after that is gonna happen. And what happened catapulted me further into saying, this is real. This is not some religious go pray to Noble Drew Ali or whatever. This is birthrights. This is recognizing that you've been lied to by all your leaders. None of them told you about your nationality. And now that you found out, well, now they want to tell you something. Now they want to tell you about nationhoods and cards and Noble Drew Ali and all this stuff. Now they want to tell you that you're finding out. How come they weren't telling you 20 years ago? How come these dirty Moors weren't out 20 years ago? Where were they 20 years ago? Why are they here now? Because words get known. All these frauds are losing membership, from the corporate democracy to the Moor Science Temple frauds, losing membership. Because people are beginning to realize that you don't need Moor Science Temple to be a Moor. You're a Moor before Moor Science Temple was even in existence. You're a Moor before Noble Drew Ali. And all they want you to do is abandon your birthright. Right? We'll close out on that. What do you mean abandon my birthright? Right? Abandon. You know exactly what they're doing. Because if you give it up, then it's not them. If you give it up, then it's not them. It's not their lie that made you give it up. You gave it up because you're stupid enough to listen to the lie. So it's not on them. They're just doing what they do. No such thing as right to travel, blah, blah. Moore went in Black's Law Dictionary and pulled out right to travel, put it on Facebook. And crickets, where's all the guys who were saying there's no such thing as right to travel when it's in the law dictionary? And Moore only knew because he went and checked for himself. He went and checked for himself. And dictionary said there's something called right to travel. Law dictionary. The definition for right to travel. People are going to tell people that right to travel doesn't exist and there's no such thing when it's in a dictionary. Keep playing. Abandon. To desert, surrender, forsake, or cede. To relinquish or give up with intent of never again resuming one's right or interest. Abandonment no. When you think abandon, you think of tangible stuff. You know, you got ball that's flat, you abandon it on the court. You know, shoes that, whatever reason, you abandon them on the wire. But they're talking about rights. So they say that abandon is to give up with intent of never again resuming one's right, then even abandonment is divine, and you don't want to do that. Because when you abandon your right, that's intent. That means you meant to do that. Remember, the boomerang effect that's coming back for you abandoning your right is not going to go to those guys who played you. It's going to come right back to you because you abandoned. So don't abandon your birthright. Keep your birthright. Study, study, study. And when you study enough and ask, oh, what's next? I would reply, study yourself. Because there's a lot to know. And the more you find out, the more you realize you don't know. And if you don't know, you should probably try to know ASAP. So Islam to all the Moors. Don't forget Moorish Heritage and History School, MHHS, eyes wide open. Tonight, Blog Talk Radio, 347-945-5899. Call in, you know what I mean? Ask questions, whatever. But Islam to all the Moors, honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, honors to the Forerunner, Marcus Garvey, and praises due, supreme praises due to Allah, supreme praises due to earth, air, fire, water,